Pisces season begins February 18th and runs until March 20th this year, 2026. And 2 days into the season, on February 20th, we get one of the biggest transits of the year, Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. This is the end of fantasy. This is the end of projection. This is the end of waiting. Pisces dissolves. Aries acts. So this season isn't soft and sleepy. It's spiritually surgical. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining. I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with the chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. And today I want to talk about Pisces season. And so this is a very intuitive time for everyone, but there's a lot of stuff happening around Pisces season. We have, the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th. And then on the 20th, we have that conjunction with Neptune and Saturn, just a lot of things. So you can watch my other videos about the solar eclipse and about the Saturn-Neptune conjunction as well on my channel. And today, I'm just going to get right into it from Aries to Pisces. So make sure you check not only your sun sign, which is sort of a general overview, has a lot to do with your career and things like that. And if you know your moon sign, that's a lot about your emotions, can be about your mother and about the home life quite a bit. And quite a bit with your health too, with that moon of yours. So check that forecast as well. And if you know your time of birth, get yourself calculated to your rising sign. This is the best one for predictive value, okay? And so that's only gleaned if you know your time of birth. So let's get started, and we'll start with Aries. All right, Aries, Pisces season. This is activating your 12th house. This is the subconscious, the stuff underneath, the spiritual, very intuitive, can be endings. It can be hidden enemies, some cases, but also the hidden patterns of you, Aries. So something in you is dissolving. You may feel a little bit tired during the season, or quite reflective, maybe a little quieter than usual, maybe even a little bit withdrawn. Okay, Aries, and this is just fine. Because February 20th, we have the Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, your sign. This is a reset. Make sure you watch the video for the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. But Aries, you are done pretending, okay? You are done shape-shifting for others. And you are done doubting your own authority. Some of the moves you can make, Aries, are redefining your personal brand, cutting out one really draining commitment in your life. And it's a good time, Aries, to start something independently, whether that's a new side gig or a new project or something like that, okay? Because for you, Aries, this is an identity rebirth. So let's pull some cards from our decks. The Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand and the Power of 8 Chakra Oracle for you, Aries. These are available on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you are interested. Okay, so let's start with the Lenormand. When you open it up, it's got a magnet opener. And you open it up like a book. You've got your chakra chart inside, you've got your color booklet and the cards, and of course on the bottom, everything always works out for me. Don't forget, Aries, everything always works out for me. Okay, so let's knock 3 times and pull some Chakra Lenormand cards for you, Aries, during this Pisces season in your 12th house. 12th house, and then I got the house. So yes, lots of home and family things are happening for you, Aries. We could have gotten this card too because Jupiter, the planet that runs Pisces in old ancient astrology. And so the Jupiter is in your fourth house of the home and family, bringing you blessings there. Okay, Aries. So you will have some new blessings when it comes to your home, your family. Maybe you'll get some visitors. Maybe you'll be doing some renovations. Maybe you'll be buying or selling a home or anything like that when it comes to the real estate, or just, spending more time with your family, perhaps. But Jupiter does want to bring you some benevolence, some really good vibes, okay, for you, Aries, when it comes to your home and family and real estate. Okay, so that looks really good. Nothing wrong with that. I'll pull one more card for context to go with the home and family card, okay? Or the house, we call it in Lenormand. Okay, Aries. Oh, yeah, see, I told you you're going to get visitors. House visitors, you get new messages. You've got number one, the rider, riding in to visit you. So that looks pretty cool. Um, it can be new visitors, it could be your friends, family, who knows. But this is always usually a lucky card too. So you're getting some lucky news, lucky visitors when it comes to the house and family and things like that. So that looks cool. Look forward to that during Pisces season. Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus. Ooh, Pisces season is bringing you some good luck, some good vibes in your 11th house of the people. So you are really getting into some new networks, new groups, new friends. Could be some money trickling in too from the 10th house into your 11th as well, Taurus. But the 11th house is a nice vibe. It's a good vibe. It's a good place to be. So for you, Taurus, there's a lot about your community, your networks, your future vision and goals, okay? And I think at this time you're going to see which friendships are aligned now and which were sort of just fantasy, we'll say, okay? And so Saturn and Neptune in Aries, though, are activating your 12th house for quite a long time, 2 years or so with Saturn, and then the next 36 years with Neptune in there. So there is a really big shift there where all your hidden truths about your fear, the fear that you've been repressing maybe or holding in, is really coming out. And so it's surfacing now, dealing with all those old fears and just dissolving them so you can move on, right? I would say one of the great moves for you, Taurus, is to remove yourself from a group or a friendship network or anything, that a network or something that is sucking your will to live. Okay, that is not cool for you. That feels draining. Anything like that. Those people that feel draining to you, Taurus, you'll sort of want to step back from, or maybe spend less time with them. That kind of feeling. And you'll want to start building something privately, okay, Taurus? Building something creative, building something in your career, maybe building a little side business, who knows? But like building something creatively and privately. And you'll also be really good, Taurus, to begin some kind of therapy in a way, spiritual discipline in that 12th house, journaling, anything like that to get it out of, right. And so right now you definitely, Taurus, are restructuring your inner world. Okay, so let's pull some cards from the Power of Eight chakra Lenormand. Gotta love Lenormand. It's so, I don't know, I love Lenormand. It's just so day to day and it's like cool. Okay, so let's see for Taurus during Pisces season. How exciting. And that's in your 11th house of your hopes and dreams and your networks and your groups, your friends, all sorts of stuff like that. Wow. All right, let's see for Taurus. Okay, so you are cutting with the scythe. You are cutting, making decisions about certain things and cutting out toxicity in any way. I think you're cutting out all the things, people, places, and whatever that are draining you, like we talked about. So that's very good, and making good decisions for the future. Your goals and dreams in the 11th house, okay? So I like that for you. I do. We do have to watch a little bit with the scythe that it can be a little harsh sometimes, right? So it doesn't always feel the best when the scythe is around, but it's for your own good, Taurus. It's for your own good. All right. And with time, this is a bonus card that we made too in the Lenormand about, with time, everything will be fine. And sometimes time heals all wounds. I want to pull one more card for you too from the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle, the original for you, Taurus. I'm just feeling like you need a little bit of chakra vibe, extra chakra vibe, Taurus. For security. Taurus loves security. Pisces is a water sign and you're an earth sign, so it can get muddy, so to speak, because what happens when we put water and earth together, right? So that's what I'm feeling for you. We need a little bit of a chakra card for you. Nighttime is magic. I haven't gotten this card in a long time, Taurus. Ooh, so you do have some 12th house activations. I think with Venus moving into Aries on March 6th for you, Taurus. Lots of nighttime activations, meaning that your dreams become more prophetic, or nighttime is magic for you to do hypnosis or therapy or listen to binaural beats or solfeggio music or meditative music or subliminals or anything like that during the night to help reset your inner stuff and manifestation, all those cool things. So nighttime is magic. And number 33, we don't know about that number. So thanks, Taurus. You know what? If you want to dive deeper, come see me for a reading at www.themoontree.org. And don't forget to look in my members only vault here on YouTube for some really cool deep dive videos that you may be interested in. Thanks, Taurus. All right, Gemini rising, those with their moons in Gemini. For Pisces season, this is activating your 10th house of career. So this month, through most of March, you know, this is about your reputation, your visibility to the world, and quite a bit about career and business, that kind of thing. Maybe about your authority figures, or maybe your father, bosses, or it could be, your public image. Anything that has illusions around those topics seem to be dissolving here during Pisces season. That Saturn and Neptune conjunction that we've been talking about in some of my other videos, make sure you go check that. But that is hitting your 11th house. And so your long term goals, Gemini, are getting serious, right? And so some of your tangible moves, Gemini, at this time can be to clarify your 2-year plan. And another thing, too, you could build a strategic alliance that will be very helpful for you, Gemini. Could be a business alliance, could be a friendship alliance, community alliance, whatever. But that's going to be very good for your 10th house of your authority, your reputation, your career, your business, that kind of thing. This is for you, Gemini, a professional maturity. So let's pull some cards for you, Gemini, for Pisces season. This is the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. You can get them on my website. And let's see for Gemini. In March, end of February and into March, Pisces season for Gemini. What's up? Ooh, we've got some options for you. The crossroad. Sometimes these decisions can be a little bit difficult to make. Let me look a little further for you, Gemini. It could be options when it comes to your career and how to balance it better with your house, like your home and family stuff. But there is some decisions here, the crossroad, the options for you. So, Gemini, I know you will make the right decisions because you do what feels right and feels for the good of all, right? And it does have to do with your power with the bear. Quite often, this is a money thing, like your investments, your RRSPs, your big salary money, and things like that. So there could be some more decisions when it comes to the career stuff, and you're thinking about the money, and you're thinking about things like that. So that's definitely a good thing to create those alliances to do nice things for people, to have a good reputation and things like that. That could be very helpful for you too. And it could be just, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now for my career. Maybe I want to change in career. Maybe I want to change in business with the crossroad, right? And there's some decisions to be made there for sure. Okay. So come see me for a reading, Gemini, and I can help you more with that at www.thatmoontree.org. Or if you want to purchase the cards, or if you want to check out some of my freebies, or join us at the Cards and Stars Academy. Thanks, Gemini, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cancer rising, those with their moons in Cancer. Like me, I'm a Cancer moon and a Cancer rising, by the way, if you've just met me today. Okay. And so this is activating our ninth house, the Pisces energy in our ninth house. Wow. This is about our beliefs, about our worldview, about truth, as well as about foreign affairs, international stuff, and maybe expanding our horizons through learning or teaching or through travel. So that looks cool. But I think here during Pisces season, one of our belief systems cracks wide open. And maybe one of our teachers or ideologies just has lost its glow, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Just like when we saw in those special files, two prominent spiritual figures, right? So this is also a career reality check too, getting serious about our career. And, you know, especially if you own your own business or you're on YouTube like me and things like that, is, you know, we're maybe redefining our niche or our messaging or anything like that. Maybe our beliefs about our channel has changed now, Cancer, things like that. That's a lot of like reality checks when it comes to our belief systems and our worldviews now. So here's some tangible moves for Cancer. Get certified. Okay. Number two, launch publicly. And this is not just launching, this is like publishing something, like maybe that ebook or maybe that music or maybe that art and publishing it to the world and that kind of feeling, right? And it's basically, Cancer, for us to stop waiting for permission. Our authority must become visible now, Cancer. All right, let's pull some cards for Cancer. From the power of a chakra Lenormand. She's jumping for the new future. Ninth house. Ninth house is a good luck house too, by the way. There's just lots of cool stuff that happens when ninth house is activated. So get ready for a wild ride, Cancer. We'll see. All right, this is for Cancer during Pisces season. What kind of extra info can we get for? Oh, there's information about a man. Look at a man, Cancer, in your life. Maybe you're the man watching. And if you're a woman, it's some man in your life. Could be a father figure, could be an authority figure, could be a friend, could be a lover. Who knows who it is? But there is a man that is a big thing right now, Cancer, in your life for some reason during Pisces season. Let me try and get some more information. Man of power. This could be your boss. This could be a powerful figure in your life with that man. It could be a rich man with the bear, right? There's a lot of stuff there with powerful. And because, Cancer, our belief systems are cracking, it could have been like who we thought was a powerful figure in our lives in some way, you know, like the Deepak Chopra or like Gandhi or whatever, like that kind of thing. Not Gandhi, sorry, Dalai Lama, right? You've seen the files, but anyways, you know, it could be that, you know, the powerfulness of this person, this man, is dissolving and you're seeing through it. That could be a way. But this could also be a person that in your life that gives you power in the ninth house to expand in some way. The power, right? The power. That's the key word I wrote for the bear. You know, this can mean financial power, but this can just mean authoritative power, having the power within you, Cancer, to have the courage to expand and things like that. And there could be a man in Chinese metaphysics, we call these noblemen. people that can help us in some way through advice or whatever, through leadership, anything like that, to find that power, to find the financial power, to find the power we need to improve our lives, all sorts of stuff. It could be a teacher that you meet, during Pisces season in some way. He teaches you something so that you can activate your power in some way, whether that's finances, whether that's business power, whatever it is, right? Whatever the power is for you. So that's interesting. Keep an eye out for maybe a gentleman, a person, a male figure, um, that's coming up in your life, Cancer, as well. And you do have a little bit of financial stuff going on too, by the way. Joint finances, finances from the government, things like that in your eighth house with that Aquarius new moon solar eclipse that just started February 17th, one day before Pisces season begins. So there could be something to do with your finances too, your other money and things like that as well, Cancer. So watch for that. It could be loans, it could be working on a financial thing, whether that's consumer proposal, bankruptcy, investments, all sorts of financial things, wills, anything like that, that you might be working with as well in during Pisces season. So come see me for reading. I mean, this is very general for everybody, right? But like, come see me for a personal reading where I can look all your stars, look at your body chart, read your personal cards just for you, all that kind of stuff at my website, www.themoontree.org. Thanks, Cancer, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, Leo. Leo rising, those with their moons in Leo. So Pisces season is activating your eighth house. Ooh, this is your shared resources. This is your other money. This can be joint finances with your partner. It could be power stuff and secrets. Ooh, it should be pretty juicy for you, Leo, here. But really, your financial illusions are dissolving. Okay. And dependency dynamics are shifting for you as well, Leo. Saturn and Neptune conjunction. Watch my video if you haven't already. But that's activating your ninth house, Leo, of expansion, your belief systems, things like that. And so I think your philosophy now is becoming a little more disciplined. So, anyways, in any case, for you, Leo, Pisces season is a great time to consolidate your debt and to end some kind of financial tie that doesn't serve you anymore. And you should probably commit to some long term wealth education. That's going to really help you as well. And I think for you, Leo, your power becomes self generated. Okay, so let's look a little further at what this Pisces sort of energy is for you, Leo. And remember, Pisces is water and you are fire. So fire plus water equals steam. So it could be a little steamy here with that stuff in your eighth house as well, which can mean stuff in the bedroom. Okay, if you know what I mean. Intimacy issues. So we're going to pull some card from the Power of Eight, Chakra Lenormand, for Leo during Pisces season. Okay, so let's see for you. Ooh, authority stuff. Yeah, this can be the tax man, and eighth house can be your money, your other money, taxes, um, government money, all sorts of stuff having to do where you got to go to a lawyer to sign documents, maybe about money. There's a money thing with the eighth house quite a bit, your other money and your joint finances. So that's coming up. The Tower, the authority, run by Saturn. And because, Leo, Saturn, Neptune conjunction in your ninth house, that is also a little bit about the law. It could be lawyers, laws, taxes, things like that, right? Are happening for you. So don't be scared of any of it. It's just learning to become more powerful when it comes to yourself, your inner self, Leo, and your money, and being more financially responsible too. So that's always a good thing, I think, to be financially, responsible and play the long game, not these short little games with when it comes to money, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's pull one more for you, Leo. Now, we also got the health card too. So for some of you, this can mean hospital visits. Maybe someone close to you has to go to the hospital, okay? Because this can combine with the tree. Tower with tree can often mean like a building that is for health in some way. Now, it doesn't always have to be a hospital, but there is a sense of your health as well could be coming up here in some cases because we're talking a lot about money, the financial health. Okay, financial health as well. So keep an eye on those kind of things for you, Leo. Um, the eighth house can host how we're sabotaging ourselves too when it comes to health and bringing that to light, quitting bad habits or um, going the hidden information gets enlightened at the hospital, or at your naturopath, right? I loved going to my naturopath for health issues, by the way. Leo, this you might like this too, but last time I went to the naturopath, he would put my blood on the screen. I could watch my blood working before the blood cells die. You still has time to watch. You still have time to watch what they're doing on the screen. It's really cool, and you can diagnose a lot of things just by that. It's really cool. Naturopath, I would say, one of the more advanced ones with the advanced machinery, could be really good for you, Leo, at this time too. Besides all the money, financial stuff. Okay, Leo. Let's pull one more card too for you from the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle. I don't know. Some signs I did pull one of these and some I didn't, but I just feel, Leo, you might need a little extra with that eighth house activation. Okay, death and rebirth and transformation quite a bit, and it can be with money, but it can also be transformation of health and transformation of relationship. There's big stuff happening in the eighth house. I would suggest you kind of look and Google and what is the eighth house in astrology, kind of get a better idea of what's being activated here. And of course, every chart's different and gets pretty nitty gritty. Come see me for a reading, okay, Leo? But let's pull a card for you. Maybe we could see some chakra vibes here. Oh, I do happy things. Yes, the eighth house can feel heavy, okay? There's just a lot of stuff going on, transformation and blah, blah, blah. So we really want to do happy things during Pisces season and really focus on that orange sacral chakra located in your reproductive areas. And like I said, eighth house can mean sexy time. And this is kind of a sexy time card too. I do happy things, but it has to do down there too, like the creation zone. I do happy things by creating. Sometimes that's creating kids, right? Getting pregnant, for example. But it's more than that. It's like creations, doing happy things that bring you joy, make you laugh, and can bring you out of any depression that can sometimes happen when we're under the eighth house activation, because it can get pretty heavy and serious sometimes there. So keep doing happy things. That's good for you. And make sure you put in your essential oil diffuser, the orange citrus kind of uh, essential oils. Okay. And that'll be very good for you too. I do happy things. Thanks, Leo. Virgo rising, those with their moons in Virgo. This Pisces season activates your seventh house. And so this is a lot about your one-to-one commitments, your contracts, your one-to-one relationships, like with a partner, for example. Maybe it can be a business partner, things like that. So for you, Virgo, this is a lot about relationships. And so the fantasy of who someone could be is dissolving. Okay, Virgo. And so the Saturn Neptune conjunction is also activating your eighth house of the intimacy with other people and the partner too. And I would say boundaries around your intimacy start to get more serious, Virgo, at this time during Pisces season. That's one of the really larger themes for you. So, some of the moves you can make, okay, Virgo, is define your expectations clearly. Sign the contracts carefully and stop rescuing. Okay, Virgo? Clarity replaces projection. All right, Virgo, let's pull some cards for you from the Power of H Chakra Lenormand, available on my website. Okay, let's see for Virgo during Pisces season. with that seventh house of relationships activated, and contracts and commitments are being activated as well for you, maybe signing on the dotted line. Okay, Virgo. And we have some luck, so we have some good luck here, a little bit of luck for you. It could be a short-term luck thing, but it's looking good when it comes to certain things. Maybe there's been a certain contract commitment you wanted to sign but you weren't sure, and this is your sign to say yes, it looks like it's a good one to do. Go ahead. But wait, we better pull one more just to make sure, because we need some context here with the we need some context here for that card. Okay, good. Luck in the heart relationship matters, things you love, so that's good. That shows me that you are going to make the right decisions, and the illusions of fantasy are dissolving, and now maybe it's time for you to find that real love. For some of you who have been hemming and hawing, should I stay, should I go in this relationship, whether it's a business thing or whether it's a partnership with two people. You've been maybe thinking, should I go, and the decision you make uh will be the right one. And sometimes it's only after we've broken off, broken up, whatever, and get into a new situation, a new chapter, is when all the stuff, great stuff, start happening, and you won't be able to see that until you make a decision to get out of that situation too. So there's some stuff happening there for you, Virgo, some deep thoughts there, but with the heart and the little good luck clover, that looks good for you. Libra rising, those with their moons in Libra, Pisces season is activating your sixth house. This is of your work, your day to day life, your health, your routine. Lots of stuff about general, like from you when you wake up in the morning and you have your glass of water or whatever, your coffee, all the way till when you go to bed, right? The stuff that happens during the day and your health. So you will see clearly now where you've been overextending yourself, okay? And Saturn and Neptune, that conjunction, it's a big one. Watch my video, but it's activating your seventh house. And so this is about relationships and stuff like that. So I think your commitment energy becomes real. So some of your tangible moves here, Libra, for Pisces season, all right? I like to be practical and give you some tips and tricks to deal with this energy. Fix your schedule, okay, Libra? Fix your schedule and make it more efficient, okay? And end one unbalanced dynamic in your life. Just one, end one unbalanced dynamic. End it, fix it, do it, whatever it takes. Get that off the plate, okay? And choose your partnerships now intentionally, okay, Libra? There's no more blurry boundaries. That's the whole point of this for you. So let's pull some cards for you from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand and the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle. Again, they're available on my website. Okay, so for Libra, let's see some Chakra Lenormand vibes. Libra, sixth house of work, co-workers, health, day-to-day routine. Let's see for you. How do I know when to pick a card? I just pick the one that looks most obvious. Sometimes it takes a while, but look, see that one popped out. That's what I'm going to choose. Ooh, the bear. This is your power. Now, a lot of this is showing me for the health things, okay, the health part, doing strength training, and I don't mean like lifting weights or whatever. I mean, you can do that, but it's more about like finding, you could find some sitting like, if let's say you're not very mobile, or you hurt your hip and you can't like move around and do these kind of strength things, well, there's stuff you can do in your chair, right? Like just look up online strength training, chair exercises, things like that. What we're wanting to do is build a little bit of muscle, and especially as we get older. I mean, I'm 48, going into perimenopause times, which is, a lot about the hormones and things like that, where strength training does me really well, right? Every woman and man, as we get older, it's important to keep the muscle, the muscle tissues activated, the muscle fibers creating, and that kind of thing too. But the bear can also talk about your dietary, right? What's going in your mouth, and is it using food as fuel? That can be very helpful for you as well. And here too, this can be to have some power. It could be your authority figures at work. This could be talking about your boss. Maybe we should pull one more card for context. Okay, the bear, power. Oops. Okay, the bear power, what can go with that? For Libra during Pisces season, end of February into March. So, yeah, we do have some good luck here for you. So that looks good. I mean, there's a little bit of luck there, but this is also a dietary issue card. I think, Libra, a lot of when it comes to your health, this Pisces season, you're really going to focus on your health, everything from the exercise and strength training sort of things, as well as what's going in your mouth, because this is another, you know, mouth, like mouth card, like food as well. It's luck, sure, a little bit of luck, four leaf clover, but there's also for me quite a bit of the nutrition. So that's what I'm saying for you, Libra. But we can go dive much deeper into your charts and pull more cards for you if you come see me for a reading at www.themoontree.org. Okay, thanks, Libra, for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Ooh, Scorpio, Scorpio rising. Those with their moons in Scorpio. And I go, ooh, because Pisces season is bringing up it is activating, I should say, your fifth house of the romance, the creativity, children, fertility, being like a kid again. It's the fun house. It can also bring up some luck in gambling, for example, and things like that. So we're looking here at Pisces helping you to dissolve any romantic fantasies as well. And the Saturn and Neptune conjunction that I talk about in that video, watch that one too. But it's activating your sixth house of your health, your day to day. So I think combined here, Pisces season is asking you to structure your talent. Okay, Scorpio. So you could create a content schedule, right? You could monetize a skill. So let's say you have some kind of special skill, right? How do we monetize that? How do we make money off of it? And while still helping other people, but doing something you enjoy. And it doesn't mean quitting your day job. It just means like adding to your creativity and your using your skills for financial things like that, right? And it's also a time for you, though, Scorpio, to get disciplined about your health. Okay. And so I think too, Scorpio, your art becomes work, which is a good, nice thing. It's in the best way, right? And monetizing your creativity, things like that. So that looks really, really cool for you. So let's pull some cards for you from the Power of Eight chakra, Lenormand, for you, Scorpio, during this really exciting time. Remember, the fifth house is the fun house. This is one of the best times of year for you. So enjoy this Pisces season. Oh, look, we got luck, and the fifth house can mean luck. A little bit of raffle tickets or um, games of chance, but also there's just a nice little bit of luck here for you. Now, when it comes to the health part of things that we talked about for you, Scorpio, um, because the Saturn Neptune conjunction activating your sixth house for the next few years, like with Saturn being in there, it's actually like for the next 2 years. So health is going to be a general thing in the background for like a while. Okay. And so that, where's that clover again? I put it away already. That four leaf clover also talks a lot about nutrition, what's going in your mouth, right? And using food as fuel and finding different ways, holistic wellness stuff when it comes to what's going in your mouth. So I want to keep that also in the back of your mind. Food is medicine, food is fuel, that kind of vibe too. So that looks good. But there looks like some cool luck with you, Scorpio, fifth house of creativity, luck, children. If you've been looking to get pregnant, this might be the time, right? And also, you might see, there could be other pregnancies in your family, like maybe you're too old not to have kids, but you have a daughter who's ready to have a kid, or maybe not ready, but whatever. I'm just saying, like, there could be a blessed child coming into your life too, in the fifth house too. I mean, in different ways too. And we're getting a letter, so there's some good luck, and it comes through the form of the written word or some kind of message. Maybe it's a text message, but maybe it's a written letter, maybe it's an invitation, who knows, but there's luck there with that. So that looks good. I mean, like I said, Scorpio, enjoy this sort of once a year activation of your fifth house, with the sun going through there. So enjoy that. And come see me for a reading where we can do a deep dive of your different charts and your cards and all that kind of stuff too. Because this just really is a general reading for everybody, but we're much more than your sun sign. So come see me at www.themoontree.org. Okay. Thanks, Scorpio. Sagittarius rising goes with their moons in Sag. Pisces season is activating your fourth house of the home, the family, ancestors, parents, that kind of feel. It's quite a bit about your emotional roots. And so I think here what's happening for you is some kind of family illusion cracks wide open. The illusion falls, the veil falls, right? And I think you just see something much more clearly now. And Saturn and Neptune are activating your fifth house, which is kind of a great house for you, especially since Neptune in there for pretty much the rest of your life, almost like 30, not the rest of your life, but for the rest of my life, like 36 years, Neptune in there. But Saturn will be there for 2 years. And it's activating your fifth house of the creative stuff, kids and fun and romance, things like that. But I think that creative responsibility begins for you, Sagittarius. So, some of the tangible moves you could do for Pisces season, Sag, is redesign your living space. And make sure you download my feng shui guide for 2026, my Flying Star Feng Shui guide. It is for free on my freebies page on my website, www.themoontree.org. Okay, check that out, download that. It's for free. Redesign your living space. Okay. Now, also, Sag, have a real conversation, right? And commit to one passion seriously. Commit to it, focus on it. One of your creative passions. Now, emotional maturity, Sagittarius, is fueling your creativity. So the more emotional mature you get about things, okay, the more your creativity heightens. You can even monetize your creativity, for example. This could be a time where you're actually starting to really think about having that side gig or the home business or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of things like that. And for some of you, it's just, I want to be raising my kid at home. I don't want a job. I just want to stay home with my kid and raise the kid. I mean, I went through that too. Fifth house can be a lot about like the children, and then that fourth house activation of Pisces sun is the home. So there could be like a kid home vibe here quite a bit too for you, Sag, in different ways too. So like I said, this is a general reading, but come see me for a deep dive into all your charts and the cards and stars and all that kind of stuff for you, Sag. But let's pull a card from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand, also available on my website. They do come as a set with the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle. And let's see for your fourth house of the emotional roots, okay? Your deep feelings about things. Look, you're making some decisions with the cutting of the scythe. The scythe cuts in the olden days, the picture was like the scythe and it's cutting the hay and harvesting, and then you see the future and all sorts of things there. So I think that you're going to be making some big decisions here when it comes to your kids, your real estate, your it could be about career too, because on the other side of the fourth house is the 10th house of career. So it could be that. But look, it's cutting out some trouble. You are cutting out the snake. Now, in some cases, this can be, I'm going to say it, I'm just going to say it, watching your house for pipe trouble. That could be something that will happen. Maybe it's a flooding or something to do with the pipes. So be prepared. I hope you have your 3 to 6 month emergency fund for things like in the home and family, fourth house, real estate, for things that can go wrong, in that way. So I wanted to, put that out there. But here it could be that you're using that scythe to cut out any problems in your life when it comes to the house, to being prepared for problems and fixing problems before they become something bigger. For example, if a tap's leaking or dripping and you're noticing it and you're like, okay, I'm going to fix that right away before it becomes something deeper and bigger. Okay, that's a big thing, I think, for you, Sag, in the house. And watching out for, if you are doing a real estate transaction, watch out for any deception with the snake. Right, we want to watch out for the illusions, any deceptions, anything like that. Okay, come see me for a reading, Sag. All right, Capricorn rising, those with their moons in Capricorn. Well, Pisces season is activating your third house. This is about your communication and quite a bit about your mindset. Okay, Cap. I think that something you've been telling yourself over and over again is now dissolving. A narrative that you've had is dissolving now, right? Saturn and Neptune conjunction is also activating your fourth house of home and family and real estate. Watch my video about that. But this is a lot about your foundational restructuring. Okay, Cap? So some of the moves you can make are say what you've been avoiding, rework your home plans. And it's time for you, Capricorn, to define your long term security. Okay, this is the long game, long term, stuff like that. I think for you, Capricorn, Pisces season is a lot about this internal stabilization. With all this activity in your third house, okay, Capricorn, I think you'll be busy. You'll just be doing short trips, maybe learning something new in the third house, learning a new skill. I wouldn't be surprised. Lots of times in the third house, we learn something new. This could be a community vibe, getting together within the community that you're in right now, things like that. And I think that your mindset just is taking, changing for the better, Capricorn, different mindset too. Okay. This can be about your vehicle too, something with the vehicle activating in some cases. Maybe it has to do with your lease or your financing or anything like that. That could be coming up. Your siblings or your cousins or things like that can be activated too during Pisces season. Maybe you'll see them more, or they're coming for a visit, or you're going to visit them. Stuff like that with the siblings quite often in the third house too, Pisces. I mean, for the third house too, Capricorn. So that looks good. All right, let's pull some cards for you for some extra info from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand. All right, Capricorn. Let's see for you. During Pisces season, third house activation, and a little bit of that fourth house activation. So busy, busy, as well as home and family stuff, real estate stuff, roots, emotional roots, family. Lots of family, I think, vibes for you, Capricorn, at this Pisces season. Family is fun. All right. Oh, and we got the fish. Pisces season, the fish. No, but fish is abundance, right? Fish is money. So there could be something coming in. Now, third house can also mean marketing and sales. This could be a really good time for you to sell stuff. Your words have power. Your words can sell things, right? And it's not about being a salesman and whatever, but it's like talking about what you love. And then they'll be like, oh, where can I get that? And then you'll be like, oh, well, I just happen to know where to get that from. You know what I'm saying? So this whole community, marketing, sales can make you money as well. Talking, being part of the community, and things like that. So that looks great. Let me see for you in your chart, Capricorn. Oh, I know why the money's coming and activating the money, because on February 17th, the day before Pisces season officially begins, we had that solar eclipse in Aquarius. And that is sort of your whole theme of the year. If you watch that solar eclipse video, There's money involved for you. There is a theme here of the whole year for you having to do with your self-worth, your values, and your money too. So that looks very interesting. But I think for now in Pisces season, you can make more money just by talking about what you love and selling naturally. You have a lot of good luck too in the community and with the people face to face in real life, and social media as well. But I do think that you could sell a lot, just by getting out into your community, Capricorn. So check that out for sure. That looks good. Come see me for a reading, Capricorn, and we could dive deeper into your stars and cards for you, because we are much more than just our sun sign. All right. See you in the next one, Cap. Aquarius rising, and those with their moons in Aquarius. Hey, I'm an Aquarius sun, so I love when we get to the Aquarius readings. And remember, if you are looking at your sun sign, that's a lot about your career and your life after 40, and things like that too. Could be your father figure and things like that. But for us Aquarians, Pisces season is activating our second house of money. How do we make more money? Maybe it's a passive income. Maybe it's raising our rates. And maybe it's looking at our budget, looking at our money that goes in and out with a fine tooth comb. Okay, Aquarius, we got lots of money stuff. And just, our value, like our self worth, right? I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. That was on an old Saturday Night Live episode when I was young, okay? I'm Gen X. All right, I'm 48, in case you're wondering. But you, Aquarius, are now going to start to see clearly where you undervalue yourself. All right? And so Saturn and Neptune activates your third house. So watch my video about the Saturn Neptune conjunction, the Wizard Exposed. It's a really cool video I made all about this big event, Saturn Neptune conjunction on February 20th. And so for us Aquarians, it is activating the third house. And so this is about being disciplined in our messaging. Third house is a lot about branding, communications, and selling too, and in the community and things like that, about talking and communication with that third house activation. So in any case, when we combine all these energies for Pisces season, some of the tangible moves we can make, Aquarius, is raise our prices. We can create an offer. I know I'm going to work on this, creating a signature offer with a few little branches that lead to that one big offer. I'm working on that right now. Things like that. Okay. And then speaking directly, which is what I'm trying to do to you, for you today, right? Speaking directly. So, Aquarius, your voice becomes currency. Now, let's pull some cards from our decks. The Power of 8 Chakra, Lenormand, comes as a set with the Power of 8 Chakra Oracle. And Aquarius, you will love these cards because they're chacrified, and we're all about the auric field and the frequencies and the vibrations and the energy. So come see me on my website, www.themoontree.org, if you're interested. Okay, they do come from Canada with a tracking number so that you always are aware of where your traffic or where your package is, and then you can receive it. Okay, Aquarius, how exciting. All right, second house activation. Now, we just had that Aquarius new moon solar eclipse, February 17th, the day before Pisces season began. And this is, in our first house of the self. So basically, our whole us as an Aquarius is changing, really feeling that transformation. And I think really coming into ourselves as we're valuable, and it's time to be that way. And that maybe we were sort of undercharging or giving away too many things for free or doing things to please others, that people pleaser thing, relationship vibes. There's a lot of stuff that are transforming for Aquarians big time. And so big time. And then I pulled the time card. Let's see what I wrote for the time card in the book. This was a bonus card in Lenormand. So I'm going to pull you another card after this in Lenormand, okay? But you got the bonus card. Time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. Okay, the feeling of time becomes important for us Aquarians. Time is moving fast or slow, but it depends on the other cards that surround this one. That's why I'm going to pull you another one too. It's all the chakras. Onyx and carnelian can be very good. Black onyx. I just saw a video about black onyx. In the olden days, very ancestral days, someone polished the onyx rock so much that I see my reflection. And then mirrors started happening, but they were made with poisonous ingredients, and people that were making mirrors ended up dying. And then they finally figured out silver was the thing they needed to make mirrors with the glaze on top and all this stuff. So, anyways, I just thought that was funny with the time mirror. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'm an Aquarius. I go off on wicked tangents. Okay. Let's pull another card for you, Aquarius. For Pisces season, remember the second house being activated. Your money, your values, your resources, things like that. Oh, look, another two energy about making a choice. Crossroad options, number 22. Oh, I'm born on January 22. Isn't that funny? Okay, and I'm an Aquarius. All right, let's look at what I said. Time, crossroad. Okay, making a decision. Maybe you feel like you're on a time limit when it create that decision. I'm not sure. Let's see what I wrote for number 22, the crossroad in Lenormand. A difficult choice. Could be talking too about diversification. And when it comes to money, I just did a video for my members only on YouTube, the members only vault, about what stocks I'm investing in and talking about all the future stuff happening. So if you want, become a member and watch that video, diversification. And this can be about your money and stocks and things like that too, right? Time. So that's cool, right? And then this can just be new alternatives for you. And again, we get the black tourmaline, smoky quartz, moonstone. I love moonstone. I'm wearing one right now. Look at my moonstone. Look at that feldspar, the blue. Oh, I love it. But anyways, moonstone's a good one for this card to use. And it's the Libra air element. It's a Libra card, the air element. And Aquarius, we are air element. So lots about the thinking, right? Thinking processes as well is happening here. Even though Pisces is a very watery, intuitive. So maybe it's talking about combining both your intellect, Aquarius, with your intuition. That could be something, a message that's coming up here. The planets for this is Uranus, bringing us some new opportunities and maybe shocking opportunities, because Uranus, we never know what the hell is going to bring, right? So we'll see. And it could talk about the arteries in your health, for health, the arteries and that. So circulation, arteries, just putting it out there. And your affirmation is, I trust in myself to choose the right path. Yes, and that can be a very thing right now for Aquarians going through all this transformation. Pluto had moved into Aquarius, for the next 18, 19 years. I can't remember when it exactly started. It was something like last year or the year before, whatever. But ever since then, it's just been cray cray. So Pluto and Aquarius, Aquarius solar eclipse. It's just like, wow, lots of Aquarius transformation. And it's like, what is my new path now? What am I doing now? And how can I improve? And remember, this whole simulation, what's the point of the video game of life? Self mastery. Okay, Aquarius? Come see me for a reading, as this is just a general reading for everybody. Come see me for a reading at www.themoontree.org. And maybe you want to join the Cards and Stars Academy, or get some free resources. I do have the 2026 Feng Shui guide for free as well. And as an Aquarius, you'll really like that because, like I said, you vibe on the metaphysics, on the energy, the ley lines, energy field, all that stuff, Aquarius. I think you'll really vibe with that. So check it out on my website, www.themoontree.org. Thanks for watching. Pisces. Pisces rising, Those with their moons in Pisces, well, this is your season. Pisces season. All eyes are on you. Yay. You are popular. But this isn't dreamy, it's clarifying. You're shedding identities, Pisces, that were just projections. Also, Saturn and Neptune are activating your second house. And this is about money gets real. Second house is about the money, income. And so some of the moves, when we combine all these energies of the first house of the self and the second house of your values and the money, when we sort of combine those two together, here are some moves you can make, Pisces, during Pisces season. Number one, stop giving away your energy. Number two, price your skills properly. And number three, create structure around your income. For some of you, this may mean that, you know what, I am ready for a different career, a different job, or I'm ready to start my own business or anything like that. I think, too, it is a time for you to look at your investments, Pisces. You might want to watch my stock portfolio video I did in my members only section on YouTube. If you want to check that out, you might be interested. But Pisces, you are not meant to drift, okay? You are meant to build. So, with that, let's pull some cards from the Power of Eight Chakra Lenormand and the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle, available on my website, www.thatmoontree.org. If you're interested, they do come as a set with a tracking number from Canada so that you know where your shipment is for peace of mind. So I'm going to knock 3 times. Clear out all the other energy, Pisces, because it's your turn. And we're going to ask, what should Pisces know for Pisces season? Ooh, it is about work. Look at that. The fox. Quite often it is. For me, I've really programmed the fox card in my deck to be quite a bit about the work. In fact, the keywords are work or cunning. Or it could be being more cunning and at your work, okay? But lots of times this means, especially if you're an entrepreneur, soulpreneur, as I like to call it. And I do think that there is a lot of work energy for you. And are you making enough money? Is going to this job worth it to you? Could there be a better work? There is a lot like that energy for you, okay, Pisces. I'm gonna pull one more though. Yeah, the woman. Pisces, it could be time where you want to start that side gig or you want to start something to make extra money from home, anything like that. Or maybe you're just searching for the right career or job, all sorts of stuff like that about your work, your self-worth too. And it could be about your relationships too. For in some cases, this can mean that you're dealing with sort of a cunning, foxy, fox kind of guy, all right, that or a woman who's causing you a little bit of trouble. That could be a thing, but I don't really like to focus on that stuff because it's like, who cares? Let them, because you're going to do greater things than that, right? You're going to rise, and in your career you're going to rise and be paid what you're worth, that kind of vibe, Pisces. So just to let you know, that's what I think about the fox card. In fact, I will read you what I wrote, number 14, the fox, in the book. It's a color booklet, but I'll tell you what I wrote because there's some chakra and stuff information. So let's talk about this card, the fox, as the woman is going towards it. Now, this is a job, self-employment. Could be a trickster or a clever. It could be workaholics, right? Are you being a workaholic, Pisces? That's something to think about too. Maybe it's time to have a little more fun, or make sure that you're spending enough time with your relationships and your friends and family and things like that too. And it could be about liars in some cases with this card too. But like I said, I don't really like to focus on that because it's not really helpful. What is helpful is focusing on maybe it is time for a little bit of self-employment or a new job or a new promotion within your career, or making your current employment better in some way, uh, bringing some life into the job in some way too, more fun. I don't know, you know, but there's different things here. Black obsidian and smoky quartz. I'm beginning that a lot for all the signs. I'm do thinking this is a very Pisces wants to be grounded. The Pisces season, the vibe for everyone wants to be grounded with those black rocks, black tourmaline, black onyx, smoky quartz, and then this really dark red jasper, things like that. The dark red and the black rocks are going to be very helpful for everyone, not just you Pisces, but I've just been getting that over and over again for all the cards. And so this is the planets that rule this card, the fox and or is Pluto, which is for control, Mars, which takes action, and Saturn, which takes responsibility. So there's a lot of like to unpack there, right? And this is the affirmation for this card is I am aware and recognize my true worth. You believe it? I literally wrote that for the Fox card. So there you go. That is cool. And here's the woman. Why don't we look at the woman? And, if you're a woman watching this, then it's probably about you. But if you're a man watching this, it could be just a woman that you know that is having to do with the Fox card, the self employment, maybe being a little cunning, that kind of vibe. But let's look for the 29 woman. Oops, wrong book. This book I need. 29 woman for Pisces. Okay, a female person, the querent herself, which we talked about, honoring the divine feminine yin, receiving energy as well. Okay. All the chakras are involved, but guess what? Gemstones, black tourmaline, again, and carnelian. I think I've seen the word black tourmaline about like for almost all of the cards I pulled tonight. It's really weird. And maybe it's not weird, it's just definite message. When for how many times can the same thing be said before it's not a coincidence anymore, right? So excuse me. Essential oils though is sandalwood, jasmine, clary sage for the woman. That's good. And zodiac signs are the water and earth element signs. So all the water signs like Pisces and Scorpio. And what's the other water sign? Pisces, Scorpio. Oh yeah, Cancer. I'm a Cancer moon, Cancer rising. So the water signs for this card, and then the Earth is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn thing. And so this is ruled. The woman is ruled by the moon, right? The moon, very yin energy, very feminine energy. Also ruled by Venus, another feminine energy thing too. And we're talking here when it comes to the health of us, we're talking about our estrogen, our uterus, and our ovaries. So this could be, to getting more strategic with our health, Pisces, when it comes to the hormones and that. And maybe it's talking about, I'm starting perimenopause, for example. I'm 48, starting the perimenopause. So things like that, could be coming up here for you during Pisces season. But in any case, your affirmation, Pisces, is I am a magical life force. Okay, Pisces, and let's pull a card from the Power of Eight Chakra Oracle for you for Pisces season. Pisces, the star of the show. I should have put you first. How rude of me. I like to keep it in order because it goes around the wheel. Aries, Taurus, and you know what I mean? It's just easier. But I'm sorry that I didn't make you first. Okay. Ooh, full moon energy. My imagination runs free. Yes, Pisces, is it time for you to let your imagination run free? There's a 3 vibe, 3 plus 0, right? Number 30, 3 plus 0. The 3 vibe of blending with others, about merging, blending, growth, I call it. My imagination runs through free with the people, the third house, and learning and thinking, third house quite a bit. So, yeah, there's lots there. What did I write for that card? Number 30. My imagination runs free. Okay, ready? All right, Pisces. My imagination runs free. Everything starts with an idea. The moon connects with our deepest fantasies and our wildest dreams. Also, allegedly, the moon connects to our hormones and our reproduction cycles. And didn't we not talk about that? The magical moon stimulates our creativity and our intuition. Stare at the moon for inspiration and let your imagination run free. Okay, Pisces? Your affirmation is I choose to honor my deepest hopes and dreams and manifest them into reality because my imagination runs free. Isn't that nice, Pisces? Yes, I love that for you. Looks very cool indeed. And this was just a general reading, and we are much more than just our sun sign, Pisces. So come to me for a reading if you're interested in diving deeper into your cards and stars, or maybe you want to join us in the Cards and Stars Academy. Juanita is a Pisces, and she's with us, and it's so fun. We learn something new, and we get to practice with each other and pull cards for each other and be with some like-minded cool chicks. And so you might want to check that out, Pisces, as well. I'm Trina, your intuitive guide. Oh, wait. Now I'm going to get into one more thing. Okay, Pisces. Remember, you're not meant to drift. You are meant to build.